Hey guys, it's Hidan'sHeathen. This is my first video on this channel, and since I am literally named Hidan'sHeathen, I thought I should start off with a video essay on Hidan. I'm mainly going to be discussing the aspects of Hidan that make him such a fantastic character within the Naruto series, but before I dive into that, I'm first going to talk about Hidan's background. Hidan was originally a shinobi from Yugakure, or the village hidden in hot water. Yugakure was a minor ninja village, but during the early stages of the Third Shinobi World War, it denounced war and transitioned from a shinobi village to a village centered on peace and tourism. Yugakure's demilitarization was mainly pushed to prevent the shinobi of Yugakure from getting sucked into the conflicts of world powers like they had been in the past. Basically, they were trying to avoid an Amegakure type of situation. Yugakure eventually succeeded in transitioning from a shinobi village to a tourist center, and it takes pride in being the village that has forgotten wars. However, this shift wasn't seamless. A main flaw in the transition was that it randomly put all the existing ninja out of work and didn't really provide them with an alternative means to make a living. Ninja in the Naruto universe have a very specific skill set that doesn't easily translate to jobs in the tourist industry. In addition, a lot of ninja probably had PTSD, which didn't just go away when the village demilitarized. Instead, the transition made these vulnerable people even more sidelined because they weren't even recognized members of society anymore. Almost all shinobi activity was banned, and the only shinobi-esque job available was serving as security for tourists. These faults about Yugakure's transition are actually mentioned in Sasuke Shinden when Sasuke is investigating the Chinoeke clan in Yugakure. Many former shinobi were consequently unable to adjust to this shift, and Hidan was one of them. Hidan did not believe in the new pacifistic ways of his village. He believes that shinobi were meant to fight and kill. As a result, Hidan became disillusioned, which led him to betray his village, slaughtering countless Yugakure citizens on his way out. Hidan then became entangled with the Jashinists, a cult-like religion based on worshipping the god Jashin. Jashin is a god that demands death and destruction, and the Jashinists carry out Jashin's will through killing and performing ritual sacrifices. It was through the Jashinists' secret experiments that Hidan became immortal. Basically, the Jashinists were able to accomplish what Orochimaru had been trying to the entire Naruto series, which does make me wonder why Orochimaru didn't pay more attention to them, but regardless. Hidan gained the ability to perform his voodoo-like jutsu through the Jashinists, which led him to getting hunted down and then eventually recruited by the Akatsuki. Now that Hidan's background has been explained, it's time for me to get into why Hidan is such a good character in Naruto, the first of which pertains to his background. While Hidan's story is certainly tragic in the sense that he represents a group of people that were left behind when Yugakure transformed into a peaceful society, Hidan's backstory doesn't completely justify his actions. Consequently, Hidan is one of the few antagonists in Naruto you don't have to deeply psychoanalyze. While the intricate backstories of the Akatsuki members is undoubtedly one of the reasons why they are, in my opinion, the best characters in Naruto, it's nice to have Hidan, whose backstory is relatively less tragic. Hidan is a breath of fresh air. He alternates between cursing people out and praying, and his contradictory nature is what makes him so enjoyable to watch. He doesn't care about what heathens think of him. He only cares about upholding the will of the one and only Jashin. Even though Hidan kickstarts a dark time in the series since he kills Asuma, leaving Kurenai a single mother and greatly impacting Team 10, his humor simultaneously alleviates some of that pain for viewers. Hidan's character itself is necessary during this time because you can fully condemn his actions. He never uses his past to justify anything. Yet, his fanatical nature makes it hard to dislike him. Hidan is a disrespectful and profane religious zealot who doesn't want your pity, and that's what makes him so great. Hidan kills because he thinks he has been given the divine right to, which leads me to my next point on Hidan in Constructivism. Constructivism is basically the idea that people actively make their own knowledge. They do not absorb things passively. The process of constructing knowledge shapes one's worldview, and how one perceives reality is influenced by their experiences. Hidan embodies constructivist thinking, which is why he's such a cool character. While Hidan doesn't use his past to justify his religious fervor, it undoubtedly shapes the ways in which he views the world. Yugakure was originally a shinobi village, and as such, Hidan grew up seeing killing as a necessary means to keep peace and security. Killing was a natural part of the shinobi lifestyle. However, when Yugakure became peaceful, Hidan was not able to adjust, and he constructed a new meaning for killing. It was still necessary, but this time to preserve his shinobi status and to carry out the will of Jushin. Hidan shows how our perception of reality can change when we shift our constructions, which is why he's such a good character. The Jushinists in general take the concept that ideas are powerful because we give them meaning to a whole new level, since they were literally able to turn Hidan immortal through their religious fanaticism. Overall, Hidan is such a great character because he is simultaneously simple and complex. While this is an oxymoron and probably cliché, it's very clear that his religion motivates him to kill, yet when you start thinking about how the concept of killing has changed for Hidan over time, he becomes more complex. In addition, although Hidan kills in an incredibly gruesome manner and is borderline insane, his humor lightens up scenes that would otherwise be thoroughly depressing. So that's it for my first video essay. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.